So Scott Sandall from Cox Communications Northeast is here to discuss Cox's new Panoramic Wi-Fi, available in Rhode Island. How are you doing, sir?
Nice to meet you. Thanks for having me down.
Thank you so much for joining us today on Go Local Live in the Navigant Credit Union Broadcast Center. Let's talk about Panoramic Wi-Fi, brand new to Rhode Island, and it's available. Tell us what it is.
Well, we launched it earlier this week in Rhode Island, and what we're really focusing on is blanketing the home with Wi-Fi. We've been delivering Wi-Fi for quite some time, but going through our research with our customers, we found that there were dead zones, more devices are coming online in terms of the use is changing, lots of devices. So what we sought out to do was to go back and reassess what is the best way from both the hardware, but more importantly from the installation and the software, how do we optimize that Wi-Fi experience? Get it everywhere we want. So you don't hear that, "Dad, what happened to the Wi-Fi?"
Yeah, no kidding.
Right when you're in the midst of streaming some show or something like that. A lot of gamers. It's surprising, how many people actually are involved with gaming, and more of that is happening on mobile devices as well too.
Oh,
so
yeah.
all that kind of plugs into what we're trying to deliver with this new Panoramic Wi-Fi experience.
So, and I kind of like the name for it because it really gives you this, it helps you envision what it is. It's kind of all encompassing, right? So tell us really, to kind of get an idea, what exactly you're doing. Are you going into the home and resurfacing the whole house with Wi-Fi? Give us an idea of what it really is.
Well, what we wanted to do is go ahead and make wall-to-wall fast Wi-Fi. So it is blanketing the entire home. We do have brand new hardware in terms of Panoramic Wi-Fi modem, and we also have some extenders which are able to connect to the network to really optimize that experience. But most importantly, what we do is it's more of a consultative approach in going to the home when we do installations. We've been doing professional installations for a number of years. What we've really done is just take that up a notch. So it's just like you're an athlete. You keep running hard, you're trying to get around the track, you a little bit faster. What's that extra little bit you try to do? Because what we found is that oftentimes consumers have done their initial connection to maybe that corner office 10 years ago. Now you've got kind of the centerpiece in the family room, you've got where you might have the PlayStation or Xbox that's located there. And so what we do is through the installations, we actually do readings. We do signal strength readings. We find out how many people are in the home, time of day that they do the streaming or activity on their mobile devices or laptops or tablets or chatting away with Amazon Alexa, whatever it is that they're involved in doing. We'll actually go through the room, measure the strength of the Wi-Fi signal, get a sense of that, see what the current situation is, and then make a recommendation in terms of where we want to place the primary device. And if needed, we can put an extender in the other room and connect it to the existing coaxial cable that's in the house. So it really helps get that throughput and a consistent experience with speed.
Oh, okay.
Wi-Fi is oxygen, right? No Wi-Fi, no oxygen, no life. That's what it is for many people these days.
Well, it's so true, because if you think about it, if you cannot get a Wi-Fi signal, if you can't get I don't know what's worse, it's not being able to get Wi-Fi or getting a weak Wi-Fi signal, right?
Yes.
I mean,
and there are a couple bands, from a technology standpoint. There's the 2.4 gigahertz band and there's a 5 gigahertz. One goes farther and one goes faster. And the way I kind of always think about it is, the larger the number, the faster it goes. So the 5 gigahertz band has less contention, less issues, less devices on it in the neighborhood. If you go and you do a quick survey of all the existing Wi-Fi from all the neighbors, or if you're in an apartment building or something like that, it's pretty congested. Moving up to that upper frequency, you have less problems that occur. It's also where you can get the greatest throughput on that. But we have a lot of old buildings in Rhode Island, right? Somewhere.
No.
You got that old. What is behind that old plaster wall, the old style? Chicken wire, a piece of pipe. Why won't that signal get through that part of the wall? So we present some options, and that's what we really try to optimize. So you just do more than just an installation. Just try to figure out where it works best and where it needs to work.
Okay, so who do you think this product is for? Are we looking at someone who has a laptop and a phone and that's really all they're doing? Or are we looking at people who want to optimize their phone, their laptop, their tablet, their stream Netflix? They also want to play Xbox. They have a wireless, they have, like you said, Alexa. Who really is this product catered to and for?
Well, it really is, it really covers everybody. current research today shows about as high as 2/3 of customers connect only with Wi-Fi. So there is the hard connection with Ethernet where we put it into with a wire connection into that. But because so many people are using Wi-Fi as its primary way of connecting to the internet, even if you only are just perhaps a more mature couple, my parents, they have 2 smartphones, a tablet, and a laptop.
Yeah.
They still got a couple places they want to use it. They've gotten used to now to reading some of the local news on Facebook and things of nature at the kitchen table, different from the other part of the house. So that's why making that consistent experience and blanketing the house with Wi-Fi really covers the entire customer base for that. So that's what we're making an offer. So as we go forward, this is our primary way that we're going to connect with our customers and provide the service into their homes.
So as you move forward doing that, is this going to become, do you see further down the road, Panoramic Wi-Fi is really going to become, do you foresee really your basic level of Wi-Fi? Do you think down the road into the future?
It is, because that's where all the interaction takes place. We've delivered high-speed internet for a number of years, still doing that today. We're always increasing the speeds and the networks associated with that. But getting that throughput in the house, more devices. By the year 2020, the average home will have as many as 50 devices. That's just the average home. So
some probably have that now.
You got your fitness tracker. Oh, mine did fall off, so I can't keep track of that right now. But
I lost mine a while ago too.
Shh, don't tell anybody. But so it is setting the future. So not only addressing the Wi-Fi today, but making sure as we continue to increase these speeds, that you'll still get all of that throughput. Because many people they haven't changed out their equipment in many years. Well, they're getting the speed to that point, but then the Wi-Fi is probably pretty spotty or not consistent through the house.
Yeah.
And with this next generation of Wi-Fi modem, it really takes it up a notch.
Yeah,
for that.
I like that. So you just launched this in Rhode Island. I'm gonna have you scoot over just a little bit onto the mark there so we can see you. Is there any place in Rhode Island that this isn't available, or is it available in all of Rhode Island? Because in some parts, we're in the city, we're in Providence right now, but there's some parts of Rhode Island that are still pretty rural and might not even be able to get good cell phone access. But are there places in Rhode Island that will be able to get solid panoramic Wi-Fi?
All of our customers in Rhode Island will be able to get Panoramic Wi-Fi, where we deliver internet service today. So that's really good news. Wi-Fi is important enough that we also are able to tap into Wi-Fi outside the home. So here in Rhode Island, we have, as you know, in Kennedy Plaza, and down in Newport, and down in Westerly, a number of other areas, Wi-Fi hotspots. So outside the home, inside the home, that are part of it. But Panoramic Wi-Fi is available for all of our customers that we serve today. That's
great. And it is an additional cost. In terms of price points, are we looking to make that affordable to everyone?
It is. So we have the unit itself as a rental. It's $9.99 a month. And if you need an extender, that's an additional $4 a month. We found that the vast majority of customers don't need extenders, but it just depends on your house setup for that. But that's essentially what the monthly cost is for the service, just as we have it.
And that's that's on top of your normal Wi-Fi, right?
That's right. So you have your internet service, and this is the equipment piece that's associated with it. So we'll come in and we'll do the installation, and then you'll have the latest generation of equipment. But we'll make sure that it's optimized for in the home in terms of its placement, and if we need an extender to continue to kill those dead spots, then you'll be good.
How much research went into this? Because you and I were talking, and I was talking to some other people. Really, it sounds like it was kind of a customer-driven thing going into this, saying like, we have dead spots, and then released it in San Diego, and then it's kind of taken hold, moving it out this way. How much research and went into saying, okay, this is what we need to do into developing this technology and then being able to release it to the public?
Great question. So we really optimized the research for what the actual experience was in the home, and we found customers were satisfied very well with their Wi-Fi, but they want better than just very good. They want it, they got to have it all the time, everywhere. So pretty demanding, and that's what we found out. So as we did that, made sure that we had the hardware and the technology piece in place, but it really was the customer experience and the process. So you can imagine trying to roll out a consistent process when it's service oriented, such as that. That's where the magic sauce is in terms of how we deliver and provide the service to our customers. And the good news is, from those results, as we looked at it, customers are much happier with the service. Existing customers and new customers coming on the service are saying, yeah, that's the Wi-Fi. It works. It works as advertised. No more, Dad, where's the internet? Questions or buffering or dead zones like that. Because people were walking around and looking, where they could get Wi-Fi, and they know on that side of the house it's not so good, so then they kind of move, just like you do with cell signals, right? For years and years and years.
Oh boy.
Now that's a non-issue, yeah.
No one wants to walk around their house like this. Is there a limit? So you were kind of talking about the 2 and the 5, and that's what we have with our regular service. Is there that with the Panoramic as well? Is that what you were kind of getting at there?
Yeah, so lots of devices, and the other thing we have is we have a My Wi-Fi app. So from a customer standpoint, it's really easy to go in. If you want to change your password, you can look at the number of devices that are on it. Very simple, straightforward. Green, yellow, red. Green, great Wi-Fi signal. Yellow, well, maybe you should check a few things or give us a call.
Okay.
They're associated with that, how to resolve that. And then red, there's a definite issue. So it's all by devices, so you can see how how Alexa's doing. You can see how your tablet, laptop,
cool.
phone like that. Very straightforward from the app itself. So it really kind of helps do some of that self-service, because if something that's not quite right, you want to fix it right then and there, right? So we provide some tools to do that in the My Wi-Fi app, and then if that is not able to do it through some of the troubleshooting and things, then we'll get someone to take care of it.
There you go. And you said with installation, someone comes through and test the room and say, oh, okay, well, we'll need an extender device here. We'll go through and how long does it usually take to come in and have a technician? Do you know? You maybe don't.
Well, it varies by
household,
the household,
and
things of that nature. So what we have is we actually have a nice form checklist. Go through all the rooms. So if you only have a 2-bedroom home and just one common area, it's pretty quick and simple, and you're most likely with this latest hardware get pretty good coverage. But we'll just make sure of that, because who knows, that one room, it could be a new addition and something is blocking the signal and you're just not really optimizing, because that's where you spend most of your time. So it varies, but our normal installation times are probably at least a half hour or so of that nature.
Awesome.
More or less through that time.
Yeah, because it sounds like what you're going for is really good customer service here, but you also, not everyone wants to spend 4 hours of their day getting their new Wi-Fi put in. They want to be on their Wi-Fi.
They want to be to it, and we also do a little bit of a discussion in terms of just things they can do with the My Wi-Fi app and the hardware and things like that, so they can get a little bit up to speed on that. And show them, passwords. Passwords are a real problem for customers, so we obviously encourage, for security purposes, to make a pretty lengthy password rather than just password as the password, which
password 1 2 3 4.
Yes, not
which
so
is
good.
not mine.
Not so good.
It's not mine.
But also in the app, so you can also set up a separate guest network, so you don't have to give your password for your own secure network. You just have it for guests, and you can make a simple password and
Oh, cool.
and secure that way too.
That sounds great.
Because what's the first thing to do when you have a new teenager coming to your house? They
What's
go to the
what's
fridge.
your Wi-Fi password?
What's your Wi-Fi password?
Yeah,
Exactly.
first thing.
So you can see that. Really
That's cool. Well, congratulations on the new product. Appreciate you coming in here to kind of fill us in on what's happening. So Panoramic Wi-Fi with Cox Communications Northeast is now released and ready to go in Rhode Island. So if you are ready to up your Wi-Fi game and make things available in your home, you can contact them. So Scott, thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate it. Let's grab a picture before you go.
Sure. Let's go.
Awesome. I really appreciate your
Thank
time.
you.
Thank you so much.
Have a great weekend.
I
Bye-bye.
hope you do as well.